Tips to survive extreme weather. Welcome to the channel. Today we will discuss tips to survive extreme weather. Anyone who's ever survived a severe storm or hurricane knows that the damage to home and property can be overwhelming, both emotionally and financially. The total estimated property damage attributed to Hurricane Katrina in 2005 hit $170 billion, and property damage attributed to Hurricane Sandy in 2012 hit almost $75 billion. The annual hurricane season traditionally runs from June 1 to November 30, but a severe storm can appear suddenly at any time of the year. What can you do to be safer during a storm? If you have advance notice that a powerful storm or hurricane is headed your way, here are some tips to help minimize damage to your property and increase your comfort level in the aftermath. How to survive extreme heat. When the object of discussion is surviving extreme weather, we tend to immediately think about extreme cold. However, high temperatures can be just as dangerous as low ones. Heat can reduce your functioning, limit your activity, and threaten your survival. You should act in a preventive manner and lower the heat's influence on you. You can simply stay in the shade and stay hydrated by drinking the right amount of water. Surviving the heat also entails acclimating yourself to the conditions. The sun and the heat will probably not go away that easily, especially if it's summertime, so let your body get used to it. The acclimatization can take 5 to 14 days, and by the end of this period, you will be able to tolerate the high temperatures. There are several advantages to successful heat acclimatization. Asterisk lesser chance of heat injuries. Asterisk better heat dispersal. Asterisk your body temperature will stay closer to normal. Asterisk fewer electrolytes leave your body when you sweat. Asterisk you start producing sweat even before it gets too hot. Cramps. These are highly painful spasms that can attack muscles in your legs, belly, back, and arms. Heat cramps are primarily caused by the loss of electrolytes due to a combination of sweat and extended physical strain. You can treat them by stepping away from the sun and drinking a lot of water. Once under a shade, remove any restraining clothing from the affected area and vigorously massage the muscles to restore circulation. Exhaustion. This is the next level of a heat injury. If you don't hydrate and continue exerting your body, while the electrolyte level becomes dangerously low, you will experience heat exhaustion. Symptoms can include nausea, strong headache, excessive sweat, and tingling in your limbs. Your body temperature will be uncomfortably high. This can be treated just like the cramps, but you will also have to relocate to a cooler spot. Heat stroke. This is even more severe than the exhaustion. The symptoms can include heat exhaustion and also very high body temperature, as well and a degradation of neural functioning. Heat stroke can damage inner organs, such as blood vessels, kidneys, liver, and even the brain. Heat stroke should be treated immediately by completely undressing, putting ice in the armpits and groin, and getting fluids via IV. If it's possible, the stroke victim should be transported to a hospital right away. Knowing how to treat heat stroke is an important part of knowing how to give first aid in general. How to survive extreme cold weather. Low temperatures can be deadly and lead to their own types of injuries. There are localized ones, such as frostbite, and systematic injuries, such as hypothermia. Extreme winter survival demands that you become familiar with the symptoms as well as the treatment. Frost nips. This is a very light type of cold injury, as a tissue does not freeze. The involved parts are usually the fingertips or the nose. A frost nip can be battled by simply warming the affected area. Chilblains. A chilblain is a somewhat similar phenomenon, but it comes along with dampness. Again, there is no freezing here, but cold air can surely cause it. The skin will be covered with red patches, and later can even swell and get blisters, which will stay for weeks. Do not attempt to scratch your skin when this happens. Instead, apply calamine lotion, keep yourself warm, and exercise to restore the blood flow. Trench foot. This injury is caused when your feet remain cold and wet, not frozen, for a long time. The results are cramps, severe itching, numb feeling in your extremities, and of course, pain. In some radical cases, a trench foot can lead to gangrene and demand amputation. It can be prevented if you constantly keep your feet warm, clean, and dry. Periodically change your socks and always have footwear that fits the climate. Frostbite. In this type of cold injury, a tissue's freezing actually occurs. A frostbite can be superficial, affecting mostly the skin, which starts feeling kind of smooth and waxy and looking pale. There is usually no pain until the tissue is thawed, but blisters will appear afterward. A deeper frostbite reaches muscles and tendons, which remain stiff even after the affected person warmed up. This type of frostbite should be treated by a doctor right away, otherwise, the damage will be irreparable. A lot of these cold injuries can be prevented by staying dry and warm whenever you have the chance. If your clothes get wet and it's cold out there, remove them at once. Always carry a sleeping bag and anything that will help you start a fire, even if you don't have matches or lighter. Layered clothing made of cold-resistant fabrics is your best friend. Systematic cold injuries and how to treat them. When core body temperature drops below 95 degrees Fahrenheit to 35 degrees Celsius, it's a sure sign of hypothermia. It can happen to people who are facing extremely low temperatures, are trapped under an avalanche, or in freezing water. Symptoms can include a fast heartbeat, severe shaking, stiffness, nausea, and disorientation. In the last stage of hypothermia, one loses the ability to speak and think coherently, and to coordinate his or her movements. A victim of hypothermia will feel sleepy and fall asleep just before dying. This is why it is imperative to keep them awake. A person who experiences hypothermia should be taken away from the source of the cold. They need to be rewarmed in order to survive this systematic cold injury. Any wet clothing should be removed, and the injured person must be covered in blankets. It is also highly advised to isolate the victim from a cold floor or ground. Make them drink warm fluids as you apply warm compresses. If hypothermia is diagnosed and treated in time, the affected person will survive. How to survive a natural disaster. Recent years saw a steep rise in devastating natural phenomena. Maybe it's climate change, maybe the planet had enough of us. Whatever the real cause is, it seems like not a month goes by that we have a share of. Asterisk storms, asterisk hurricanes, asterisk floods, asterisk drought, asterisk wildfires, asterisk tsunami, asterisk earthquakes, asterisk tornadoes. Any of these can force you to leave your daily habitat and drive away from the danger. Alternatively, you can be stranded in your house without being able to leave it. Therefore, in order to survive a natural disaster, you must be prepared. The best way to survive the most extreme weather is to have an emergency kit. I made a list of the most recommended emergency kits that you should check out. Ideally, any emergency kit should contain at least the following items. First aid kit to treat assorted injuries and wounds. Among the common items, it should have something to help you treat current disaster-related injuries. For instance, in case of a wildfire, a first aid kit must include a burn relief spray or gel. It should also contain your prescription medicine. Feel free to read this ranked list of the best first aid kits. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel if you liked this video so you may see more interesting and practical ones like it. We appreciate your interest and hope to see you on the next one.